A quick video for you today. You'll notice from the title it's not the usual thing. This is a giveaway. You'll know if you've watched the episodes we have a thing called a Bluetti, which has saved our bacon actually, because we've had problems with our house bank.
Just a few weeks after setting off from Venice, 2 out of 3 of our AGMs were looking as if they were about to explode. So with one barely working AGM left, the Bluetti is filling in the majority of the house bank duties. Have a look at the review I did on that just before the AGMs died. We do have a smaller version as well, but it's a different model from the one we're giving away, which is this, the Bluetti AC50. Comes in a couple of colours.
It's got 4 standard USB sockets. It's also got a USB-C socket. That's the PD, power delivery sockets. They're the ones that look like this. You can put them in either way. MacBooks have now gone to this as their charging source, and it's great because they're obviously taking straight from DC. So if you've got a DC power unit like this, you don't have to use the inverter to go AC, and then the transformer that comes with your Mac to put it back to DC. It's straight out from this. It delivers up to 45 watts, so it's enough to actually use it while you're actually using the machine. I mean, when I'm editing with a laptop, normally it's only mains that will keep it going. If I have any other 12-volt source, it won't, but this will. At 45 watts, this will be enough to keep it going while you're actually working on it, so that's really useful. The unit also has the standard cigarette lighter, cigar lighter type output, so that's regulated, so it'd be 13.4 volts, so that's great. It'll keep things running really well from there, up to 10 amps, so that's really all you want from something like a cigarette lighter. You try any more current than that through those sorts of sockets and they'll heat up too much, so yeah, that's really useful. It's got a couple of these barrel connectors as well that are not regulated. Some things you might want to run off that. If it's not regulated, then actually it's slightly more efficient in that it's not having to be stepped up in its voltage to be 13.4, but there's certain things that need a regulated output, so you've got that with the cigar lighter with this one. Solar. Look at what the specs are for the solar. People get confused by this. So there's always 2 figures on there, 14 to 40 volts. So the input can be anywhere between those figures from your solar panel, and you can change the voltage by putting them either in series or parallel if you've got more than one solar panel to be able to do that. So if you had 2 very small panels running at 10 volt and you put them in series together, you would have 20 volt there, so then that would be fine. It would be able to feed these. It's rated at 120 watts, but no panel really puts out its full power. So you can get maybe a 200 watt panel if you wanted to get full power for this, and plug that in. As long as it's between 14 and 40 volts and doesn't go over 10 amps, then you'll be absolutely fine. It can charge this really quite quickly. And that's really the best way to do this. Obviously you can charge it directly from a 12 volt source as well. You can charge it from your car if you plug it into the cigarette lighter. In the boat, same here, I can plug it into the boat system. Now there's things online saying, oh, it'll only charge to halfway. Well, that's true if you're only plugging into a standard 12 volt lead acid battery that's sitting at its normal voltage. But when you're charging it at about 13.6, 13.7 volts. So while it's charging, it will charge this unit up completely fully. So, and that's really when you want to charge it. We'll plug a unit like this in when we're motoring and make sure the alternator's going and the voltage is right up, or actually, because we've got big solar panels here, the voltage goes right up when the sun's out anyway, so that counts as a charging voltage on our house bank, and we could then take out full power to charge this little unit as well. So they're really versatile. It's light, it's portable, so this one's good for all the little extra bits and pieces, taking off the boat maybe to go and use a power tool to just move around, to have on deck to power some lights or whatever, and obviously as that little emergency backup. It's got a useful little light in the back here as well, so yeah, I think it looks like a nice little unit. As I say, I haven't got one, haven't had my hands on it, can't vouch for it specifically, but I can vouch for Bluetti's units in general. We have the big unit down below, and that's just really worked excellently for us. So this is the unit we're using. It's the AC200P. You can see I'm charging my phone at the moment on top there on the wireless charger. The small one's got a single wireless charger on there as well for phones and tablets and things, so that's quite useful. This one, remember, is 4 times the size though of the little ones in just about everything, in capacity, in the size of its inverter. I mean, the inverter in that little one, 300 watts, that's meant for sort of camping type gear. It wouldn't be able to do something like a normal household kettle that's close on a kilowatt or more. So you've got it's horses for courses. If you want something that's going to fill in for everything like this is, it's basically our house bank on the boat, then you do need a bigger unit. I mean, I'm actually going to look at, when we replace our batteries in the winter, and maybe having a slot-in unit. Bluetti now have got in development an even bigger unit than this one, and you can join 2 together, so that gives you redundancy. So worth looking into, the different things that they're doing, but definitely try one of these little ones on the giveaway first. I'll give you the details of how you do it. So how do you win one? Well, first of all, subscribe to Sailing Fair Isle. We say it in every episode, and I think probably less than half of our normal viewers are actual subscribers. Costs you nothing, really helps us out if you're subscribed. It's just YouTube will promote us more the more subscribers you have. It's the way it works. So if you do that, that really helps us. And we're trying to get on with Instagram. If you watched the last episode, you'll know that we had middle daughter Chessie out with us, and she was teaching us some things about Instagram. And what she says to do is to follow us on Instagram and tag some people. I thought tagging was something that you did when you were 9 in the playground, but apparently it has something to do with Instagram. Have a look at the description, it'll tell you what to do in there. Do that, and we will get a couple of winners, and we'll announce them in the next episode. So good luck.